This video is made for entertainment purposes. It has nothing to do with artist's personal or professional life. It is just author's imagination and is not meant to sexualize the idol or defame them. Any hate to the artist will not be tolerated and will be reported. Any resemblance to the event of a person, alive or not, is a coincidence. Let's start.
The little girl placed her hand in the little boy's hand. They smiled at each other and sat there giggling in silence as they waited for it to happen. A scream echoed the palace, and the two kids burst out laughing and ran off away from the furious and drenched guard which had been walking their way. The pair ran upstairs, huffing and puffing, dragging each other till they reached the top of the palace. The wind blew lightly, playing with the little girl's hair as it sifted through her hair, causing it go everywhere. She giggled, and the boy patted her hair to calm it down. Did you see his face? He giggled, looking down at the girl, and she laughed, nodding. The little boy smiled and joined her beautiful laugh as they stared out, down at the kingdom below. Once they had calmed down, the boy squeezed the girl's hand. "One day, this will be mine," he said, looking out, and the girl's smile faltered and she let go of his hand. "You will leave me, that one day," she whispered. The boy looked at her confused. "What are you talking about, Hwarang?" he asked, and she looked at him tearfully. "Our teacher told us, remember? You will become king while I will still be your servant," she said, and wiped a tear from her innocent eyes. The boy looked away, worried. "Mother says I will marry a beautiful princess," he said, and he felt the little girl's body stiffen next to her. He looked at her. "But I don't want that," he finished, and she looked up, confused. "I want to spend my whole life with you, Hwarang," he protested fiercely, and she broke into a smile. "Let's stay together then?" she questioned, and he nodded. He smiled suddenly. "I have something for us," he said, and took out two red bracelets. One had a silver lining and the other had gold. She looked at him as he took her hand. "Thank you for being my best friend. You are not like the other guys who are so scared of me that they don't even look at me or play with me. Double quotes. He frowned as he turned her wrist over and lined the gold bracelet with hers. "Thank you for being there for me even though I'm a prince and you're my mother's servant's daughter. He said as he tied the bracelet onto her wrist. He put her wrist down and then stuck out his wrist and handed the silver bracelet to the girl. She looked at him, nodded, took the bracelet and began to tie it. "Thank you for stopping those bullies. Double quotes, she whispered as she tied it. "Thank you for being my only friend. She added and smiled. The two kids looked at each other. "Let's never leave each other, okay? Let's stay together," she whispered, and he grinned from ear to ear. "You can marry me," he suggested, and the girl turned red but giggled. "Yes, I'll become your queen," she piped up, and he laughed. "Good idea. That way I don't have to marry some stuck-up princess." The little girl, now 1 year older, ran up to his room during the night. Bells were ringing everywhere. People were shouting, and some were wailing. She was afraid. She pushed the door open only to see a frightened queen sitting there, tears in her eyes as her gaze followed two figures exiting through another door. The queen's eyes fell on her and widened, but she did nothing. The little girl ran past her, toward the two figures. She followed them, afraid, and watched them get on a horse. It was him. She called his name, but he didn't hear her. "You're leaving me already," she whispered, tears falling from her eyes as his frightened face scanned the area. Finally, his eyes landed on her face, widened, and he shouted. The man who was setting the horse up snapped at him, but he continued to stare at her. The girl ran to the horse, tears flowing. "I'll come back. I'll come back for you, okay," he said, crying. "Here, he said, and took off the silver bracelet, throwing it down to her. "You promised we would never leave each other. Double quotes, she cried, and he looked at her painfully. She hurriedly took off her gold one and gave it to him. His soft hand touched hers, and she started crying more. I'll miss you, Yoongi, she whispered. Don't forget me, ... double quotes, he said as the man led the horse away. His eyes burned into hers as they faded off into the distance.